Morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been playing the drum since 1998, but I still got a lot of stuff to work on. Now, today, I'm going to be working on limb independence, trying to get this better. And I'm going to be working out of this book. It's called 50 Ways to Syncopation. Woo! And it is by Dom Moyo. I highly recommend this book. It is not a paid promotion. Dom's a cool dude, and, you know, he kind of knows his stuff. All right, so we are going to be practicing here. So I'm practicing stuff that I'm specifically not good at yet. So the goal is to, you know, eventually get better at it, but right now we're not. All of these practice streams, when I finish them, include timestamps in the description for like what I was practicing or what kind of question I was answering, etc. So you can check out over 300 of those if that interests you. When people ask me questions, because I have a bachelor's, PhD, master's, music education, and because I've been drumming for so long and teaching every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student, people ask questions in the different chats that I have up on the screen. I will then edit those down into answers that I put into this playlist that currently has, 79 videos that are available right now with over a dozen hours of free drumming tips and whatnot that you can find. Now, all of the play-alongs and stuff that I'm going to be using can be found on my home tab of YouTube. If you go to that, scroll down just a little bit. We've got drumming, gaming, computer science stuff. Just click on the drumming content header and it expands and it shows you over 2,000 play-alongs, drumming tips, etc. There's almost 3,000 hours of drumming content inside of here. It'll keep you and I busy for quite some time. Now, each one of the videos has a link at the top of the description that takes you to jaredoleary.com/drum. This is where you can find the 56 chop exercises organized neater than I can on YouTube, over 900 grid variations, over 100 timing exercises, 55 drum charts, both straight and swung. We're going to get to those here in a minute. Over 400 marching bass stuff, just under 300 technique exercises, and then here's the drumming tips, the live streams, the lessons, etc. So you can check those out if that interests you. Now, before we get into all that stuff, we need to get motivated here with Shia LaBeouf. So Shia LaBeouf is here to provide some words of wisdom for us all. So thank you, Shia, for being here for all of us to help us in our limb independence practice. I'm going to hide him because of copyright, but don't worry, he's there in spirit. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true. Just do it! Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah, Shia LaBeouf, thank you so much. I am super motivated. I'm ready to work on limb independence now. I have this drum practice spreadsheet right here that helps me to keep track of how I'm doing on these different charts. We're skipping all the ones that I've labeled as technically proficient or musical. This is the average across all the times I've played them. And we're just focusing on the ones that don't sound good yet. So, for example, number 16, the average is meh. So if we go back to the last time I played through this, it was at 150, and I was playing it, and it was technically proficient, woo, and fun. So we're going to try it at 150 again, and see if we can get it technically proficient or musical. Okay, so to do this, first I need to show you what we're playing. Pattern that I'm going to be doing here is a 16th note swung, ding, 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 and it's going to be slow. All the short notes are going to be on the snare drum. Long notes are going to be on the bass drum. Why does it sound weird? I got a drum module and it feels like it's being weird. So it's not like the trigger is off. Anyways, well, we'll try it. We'll see how it sounds. Stay tuned, folks. We'll find out. Okay, it's working on Streamlabs. Who knows? All right, so we're going to do 150, and we're doing swung charts. Or straight charts, sorry. So the first row is straight. The second row is swung. They're the same charts. It's just the play along that you actually hear if you had access to what I'm hearing in my headphones is either going to be straight or swung. And there's 55 of them. So let's see here. 16 through 20. Yeah, that sounds great. Okay. So with every one of these thousands of play-alongs, you go into the description, and it's got timestamps to allow you to jump to a BPM, one click at a time. In this case, we're starting at 150, and it'll count you off. A 2, a 1, 2, here we go. So a half-time feel with the cymbals while you read through the charts. Short on snare, long on bass. Here we go. Oh my gosh, this one's so hard. I started with a hard chart. See, I'm not good at these yet. Oof. All right, that was rough. No sugarcoating that. Let's see if this is any better. A 1, a 2, here we go. Oops. So because each one of these charts is like very different in terms of the feel and the style, like some will feel way easier or way harder depending on what kind of like limb independence pattern you're working on. A 1, 2, ready, and. Screwed up that last line. Okay, these charts are way easier than the first one. Well, that's good, because it's like, uh-oh, this is rough. Here we go. Good morning on YouTube. And thank you for the like. All right, last chart. And then I actually want to try that first one again because it was so rough. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, so we'll just let it go up one click. It's not gonna make a huge difference on here. And we will try that first chart again, see if we can play through it and make it sound better than it was. 2, here we go. So again, halftime straight swung with the cymbals, while reading short on snare, long on bass drum. A 1, a 2, a wish me luck. Yeah, so that was way better than it was when I first started it. It's like I need my brain to just like wake up to be able to play through these patterns while doing this. Am I playing a polyrhythm? No. So a polyrhythm is where you're playing like 2 rhythms at the same time. So like a very simple polyrhythm would be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... I hit my stick. But if you're doing like... So that's 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 polymeter. So that line or some of these charts, oops, you can't see that. Some of these charts do have the meter blurring across of it. So when I've written some of them, they're in 3/4, and some of them are in 5/8, etc. But the phrase of this is like a 4-bar phrase rather than a measure phrase. So when going through this, it does bleed across the line here, and it makes it extra tricky. But yeah, it's fun. So like a polymeter would be like 1 2 3. Here, let me do this. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and then go 1 2 3 1 2 3. Well, I'm still going 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 in my right hand. So that would be a polymeter where it's doing 4 4 here and 3 4 right there, etc. Anyways, sweet, we did it. It started off terrible. That was really bad, but then it got to be technically proficient. Overall, making progress. I just need to wake up my brain to it. Okay, so now I'm gonna stretch and massage, and then I'm gonna go to the next pattern, and the next pattern is this. So the pattern on the ride, it's just quarter notes while doing offbeats on the hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And while you read through the patterns again as short on snare and then long on the bass drum. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do after we stretch and massage, which is a very important part of this process. So you hold your sticks, palms are facing up, you pull in, you pull in. There's a video coming out tomorrow that shows you better camera angles of this stretch routine. Stay tuned for that. I think it's called This Hand Routine Saved My Drumming, something like that. I forget. There's over 400 videos currently scheduled to release, so stay tuned for more. If you do traditional rotate and hold here, then rotate and hold the other direction, but because I don't do that anymore, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm, so I'm stretching like the tendons, just pulling the fingers back a little bit. Trying to get nice and relaxed. Hold here for a bit. And now we switch to the other side. Feels great. Needed it. And now we're going to stretch the top side of the forearm. So you could do it like this, or you could do 2 at a time. Just doing it on your leg. It goes twice as fast. Whee! Overhead camera is pulsing. It's got a heartbeat. Oh no, camera's come alive. All right, now I'm gonna stretch finger to finger. So we're going thumb to thumb. It goes twice as fast, stretching your fingers 2 at a time. And then after this, we'll do our quick massage routine, and then we'll get back into more limb independence charts. The camera is practicing. It's practicing its zoom. Zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out. It's still doing it. I'm glad to see the camera's alive and well. Ooh, ASMR. Enjoy those little free cracks and pops. Free of charge. You don't even have to be a member for that. All jokes aside, all the member videos are scheduled to release for free. So you don't have to be a member to get any of my content. It's just a matter of waiting for it. But because there's over 400, you might have to wait a year for some of those videos to come out. I'm a busy individual. All right. Switch in. We're just massaging up and down the forearm. Depending on if you play traditional, you might need to massage your bicep or your tricep, depending on what kind of workout you've done recently, or just how you've moved your body lately. But now I'm going to massage the back side of the hand, and then the palm is going to get massaged with the thumb. And then we got one more massage after this, and then we will play some more. That is the plan. All right, so this one is base to tip of each one of the fingers. Do it like 2 or 3 times. I've got dog hairs on my microphone because Minnie was recording a podcast, apparently. My dog likes to be famous. We'll see her in about an hour in the gaming stream that we do, if she decides to grace us with her presence by going on her doggo camera. Low volume cymbals looks weird. Yeah, I'll show you. Well, you're on the vertical, so it's a little harder to see. But yeah, so the cymbals, you can see straight through them, all of these. But they are so much quieter. If you got neighbors, because you're in an apartment or a townhome, or just people living with you, it just makes it so much quieter. It's night and day. So I highly recommend them. But yes, they are interesting looking. They do, unfortunately, eat through the beads of your sticks. So the heads, here's a normal pair, fresh pair, and here's the one that I'm playing on right now. This is the exact same type of stick, but it looks like you could stab a vampire with it. So the little holes in the cymbals just kind of eat through it. But they're great. And then if you use the drum module and trigger that I'm using, you can do some cool stuff, because you can change it so it sounds like whatever you want, but it doesn't pick up all the little stuff. So if I'm playing ghost notes and stuff on the snare, depending on the speed, it just doesn't do it. It doesn't sound good, even though I can play it fine here. You can't hear all those little notes. So wah wah. The dagger maker. Yeah, this cymbal is a part-time blacksmith. It makes daggers for you. It's pretty cool. Okay, this one. How fast did we do it? 150, and it was meh out of control. So do I want to go slower? Oh no, I was thinking of a different feel. That's funny. Okay, so this one's actually different than what I was planning on doing. So this one is eighth notes on the ride. I was looking at the one above it. And 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, interesting. Let's try it a little faster. I don't know how that's gonna go. This might be terrible. Stay tuned. We'll find out. Today's episode of I Don't Know How to Play This Yet. All right, so timestamps in the description of every single one of these play-alongs. We're going to try it at 155, and we'll see how this goes. It didn't get the third note. 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, so very easy. Wait. Ace on ride cymbal. I'm having a brain fart here. We are on number 24. Oh, okay. So, yeah. So you're reading it in double time. Duh. That's why. I was like, that's Yeah. Okay. We're good. We're good. 1, 2, ready, and. I was like, these are quarter notes. Yes. Yes, you're right. Good job, Jared. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, okay. It feels easier faster. If it's like slow, there's just so much space and time to think through things. 1, 2, ready, and. Cool. We survived. Yay! Chart 8, 1, 2, here we go. Read that wrong. That one's weird with the foot. I intentionally displaced the snare, so what would normally be on 3, like with the hi-hat, is on the and of 3. So the hi-hat foot is the hard part for me. The on 3 is just not always hitting on 3. 1, 2, here we go. You need to practice reading music? Well, I mean, so since we're on YouTube, any one of the play-alongs that you go to, if you go to the first link that's here, this is what takes you to the website. And if you want to just practice like reading through like charts like this, it's under the limb independent section, charts. So you can do it straight or you can do it swung, and you can play as slow as 40 beats a minute all the way up to 240. So this is a wonderful way to practice it. There's 55 charts in here. And you can even just do something very basic if you're trying to get the rhythms down, just like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then just read through the patterns on just the foot. And then you can get into some fancier stuff, like do the V pattern where you're like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and then read through the patterns with your foot. Etc. So the charts can help you out with that. And they're free. It takes time. Yeah, well, if you go through, like, if you pick a BPM, like, let's say 120 or something, you could go through it at 120 and play through 55 charts. So that can help you out to just like, hey, I gotta play faster. And you can train yourself by setting at a tempo that you can read through. And then the next day go like 1 BPM faster, 1 click faster. So try it at 121 next time, etc. Okay, so this pattern, playing through it, it was sometimes fine and sometimes not. So we're gonna say it was meh, but I was making progress on it. So it's getting better, but it's still, we're not graduating from that one yet. You're welcome. This one, ooh, okay. This one we were working on, and it was getting better, and then it got worse last time. So we're playing a Songo pattern. While reading through the pattern on the snare. But I'm going to play it on the ride. Just to get it out of the way. And then we'll read through the charts on the snare. And we'll see how this goes. So last time we did this, we did it at 175. Okay. Let's try it. Wish me luck. Nope. This is not the right playlist. It's too slow. So we're going to go here. 175. And we will read through charts 41 through 45. Sounds good. Just picking a random one. I don't want to memorize these charts. I just want to go in a random order. So that way I am having to read through this. It's forcing me to read through the charts while trying to get the limb independence down. 1, 2, ready, and... Wish me luck. Here we go. Okay, that was better than I thought it would go. I mean, we'll see how the next 4 charts go. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Okay, that was worse. This one should line up better. 1, 2, here we go. That was a hard one. Like, deceptively. It was weird to play with this pattern. Huh. 1, 2, here we go. Why did I write this? Okay. I don't think I've ever gotten that with the Songo. 1, 2, here we go. Okay, so one of those charts was written out in a different meter than 4/4, so that was technically playing like polyrhythmic or polymeter phrases on top of a 4/4 pattern. Going back to one of your original questions, but anyways, okay, so that was kind of like a mix between technically proficient and meh. So we're just gonna say overall it was meh. We still need to work on it, but I was making progress on it. It was better than it was 2 days ago. So, you know, we'll celebrate the little wins. It still doesn't sound good, but that's why we're practicing it. There's no point in practicing the stuff you can play good. That's just a waste of time. Unless you're trying to refine it, but... all right, Philly Joe Way. So this one... Oh, yeah. Okay, so this one is this... No. It's... Yeah, okay. It's a 60th note swung. Okay, so we're playing snare drum, short notes, long on the bass drum. It's kind of been the theme of today, apparently. But that's what we're going to do. And last time we did this, we did it at... 110. Okay. Let's do that. We gotta go back again to the playlist. Tell a friend. And sure, we'll do 46 through 50. Sounds great. Go into the timestamps. 110. Excuse me. A 1, 2, ready, and... Now we've got a rug underneath us, so we can like actually not have the hi-hat slide away. Yay! Here we go. Okay. It feels a whole lot easier not having the hi-hat run away from me the whole time. It's the little things. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. My left foot's getting tired. Let's see if we can make it. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2. Here we go. I'm gonna give my foot a break. A 1, 2, a 1, 2. Here we go. Gonna stop the hi-hat for a moment. My foot is like seriously getting so sore. One, two, a 1, 2, here we go. That is a foot workout for me. Okay. Overall, it was technically proficient. Hey, we graduated. Did you see that? So see on the left how it was, the average was meh, and then when we switched it to playing this one technically proficient, we graduated. So next time, we can skip this one, and we can move on to a different chart. Is heel up feathering possible? Ideal? Okay, so heel up for people who aren't familiar. Let's do that, camera. Okay, so if you're here, the way I was playing my hi-hat was with my heel down like this. Same thing with my foot. But heel up is where you basically are playing on the platform of your foot, like this. Sometimes called toe, but it's not technically the toe. You're not like ballerina. But when you're doing heel up, there tends to be faster speed and more power behind it, but less dynamic control with what you're doing with a pedal. So you can play like double bass. A lot of people will do heel up, and you can play a lot of speed, a lot of power behind it when you are playing like this. However, you're not able to get the dynamic contrast like crescendos, decrescendos, softer notes, etc. So the feathering, what you're asking with this, has to do with like the amount of volume you can get, like lower notes. Think of it kind of like ghost notes, which you can't really hear very good on this. these low interior notes on the snare. And now on the hi-hat, those are like ghost notes as opposed to. So yes, you can feather technically with the bass drum, but it's really hard to do when you're doing it with the heel up. But that's why most people that I see who do feather approach or a light or touch on the bass drum will do it with heel down, and they'll play it with a smaller motion like this. So like my drum kit teacher, Don Moyle, would do it this way, as opposed to with the heel up and doing it that way. It's technically possible. It's a lot harder to do. Some people will practice both techniques. Like the other day when I was doing double bass for the first time, I was doing both techniques where I was switching from heel down and heel up. But there's no right or wrong approach to do it. I recommend working on both, which is what I'm planning on doing and trying to do to get better at it, rather than just relying on one over the other, because then you're kind of limited to like too much focus on power and speed and not enough on like control and dynamic contrast, etc. If that makes sense. Was that the last one that I was going to do for the day? Yes. Okay, so now what I'm going to work on, we'll see how this actually goes, is I'm working on the double stroke with the foot. So we're going to do, actually going with this. So we're doing a heel toe double, so butt-ump like this. Yeah, I feel like heel up is 10x more comfortable for me. But your favorite thing to play is jazz. Interesting. Most of the jazzers that I know, and this does not mean all of them, but most of them play with heel down. And that's the technique that I spend the most time on, but it's also the style of music that I play most is like a Latin jazz stuff. But if it's more comfortable for you, is that because you've practiced it more, or because anatomically your body is like more capable of playing it that way? So everybody's body is going to be different. So some people for technique, it just never is going to feel as comfortable as like another type of technique. But if it's like you've just practiced heel up more, then it's just a matter of training your neurons to fire to play heel down and have it feel comfortable mentally, but then physically just developing the muscles around playing with like a different set of muscles, playing with that as opposed to like this. So like if you're playing with like heel up, like doing this, like this is way exaggerated, but like this is moving like the upper part of the legs. But if I'm playing with like heel down, now like the front part of my shin is activating some more, etc. It's always felt more comfortable from the beginning, so you immediately switch to heel up pretty much. Yeah, like give yourself like a month. Like the thing is with practicing any kind of new technique, it takes time. So like I marched snare drum for several seasons. So 2 in high school, 4 in drum corps, and 2 in college on snare, traditional grip. And now I exclusively play match grip. And my match grip still does not feel on my left the same way as my right hand does. And I've been doing it this way for like over a decade now, because I stopped marching drumline in 2005. So I'm still working on it. It might just be like a patience thing. To get more comfortable with the heel down, it might take you a month. It might take you 6 months. And that's okay. So we have a new set of pedals here since we just got the double bass pedal. So we're going to try working on double stroke with it. I don't know if the tension on this is like set up yet for what I want. You're very welcome. Feel free to come in with like more questions down the road. Drum kit is the instrument that I've spent the least amount of time on, but I've got a lot of experience with like rudimental and concert percussion in particular. Rebound. Okay, so this one is under the timing transitions playlist, and a lot of those are currently members first, so they're coming out soon. So give it time. Don't worry, they'll be there. But the tension on basically the spring on the pedal, because it's a new pedal, it's not where I want it to be yet. So we're gonna see how this goes. 2, ready, and so we're doing 2 on the snare, 2 on the bass. Heel toe. it's like noticeably different. The feeling, it feels sluggish. It's not got as much of a rebound as the other pedal, the single pedal that I've been using. It's the same style of pedal, now it's just double. Again, 1, 2, ready, and... The toe in particular is not getting each one of the notes in there. So again, the technique that I'm trying to use, Jojo Mayer talks about this a lot in his DVD. But if you do heel, toe, it's just like rocking motion, kind of straight forward. So you're moving forward as opposed to like a swivel, like this. So when I'm doing it, I'm trying to do heel, toe without getting that extra da-da that I would get previously on Lost, on the old pedal that I was using, which is now in the other drum kit. But for this one, I'm not getting the toe, it's not actually the toe, the platform. It's not getting that second note in there. It feels weird. I don't know if my bass drum's too close. What, but let's try it again. See if it gets any better. Ready, and... Let me try adjusting this. Move it out just a little bit. See if that helps at all. I think I need to adjust the tension. But here we go. 2, ready, and... Swing and a miss. Huh. Yeah. So I'm gonna off stream. I'll make some adjustments with the tension on here, but it's not where I want it yet. We'll get there. Okay. So now I want to try working on double bass. So from the last drum kit practice stream, I was trying double bass for the very first time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my website and I'm going to scroll down to the technique section, and there's an endurance and speed playlist in here. These are great for working up not only your hand endurance and speed, but also like your double kick. So we're going to do, where is it? Which one was it? Nope. This one. No, 4-count version. Yeah. How fast did we do it last time? Okay, 80 sounds fine. So what I'm going to do is the first time I'm going to do it with heel down and just work on that motion. Then the next time I'm going to do it with heel up and work on that motion. And so we're just going to alternate between those two. And we go into the timestamps to 80. And then it counts me off. And I'm just working on the feet. Wish me luck. I don't know how to double bass yet. But you know, we're practicing. 1, 2, ready, and go 2, 3. Okay, now I'm going to do it with heel up. So different technique. Ready, and go 2, 3. Okay, back to heel down. 1, 2, ready, and go 2, 3. This is like at my limit. Heel up, go 2, 3. All right. Heel down. Last time. 1, 2, 3, go 2, 3. That was not in time. We're still working on it. Now, this one is currently a members first video. So if you're like looking at any of these playlists that are on YouTube and it says members first on the right side, that just means it's scheduled to release for free. So none of these are like behind permanent paywalls or anything. I've just got over 400 videos that are scheduled to release over the next more than a year. So, you know, it might take a while for some of these to come out, but I promise they're all scheduled to release for free. Just be patient with it. Or sign up for membership. But again, you don't have to do that. Now, if you go to the home tab of YouTube, this is where you can find all of the thousands, plural, of drumming tips and play-alongs. We've got drumming, gaming, computer science stuff. So click on the header for the one that interests you the most, like the drumming stuff. And then you can scroll down and it will keep you busy for a while. Somebody brought it up in the stream last week. They're like, if you spent 8 hours a day working on this, how long would it take you to go through all of the content that I have? And I actually have a spreadsheet that has all the timing on here, so I can be accurate with it, like how much content there actually is. And it'd take 362.5 days to be able to get through it all. So there's a lot of content. But if you go to the first link at the top of each one of the play-alongs, jaredoleary.com/drum, it takes you to here. This is where we've got everything organized neater than what I can do on YouTube. We've got all of the chop exercises, 56 of them, over 900 grid variations for triplet and 16th note grid. We've got over 100 timing exercises, 55 drum charts for both straight and swung, over 400 marching bass stuff, and just under 300 technique stuff. And then all of the dozen plus hours of drumming tips, the 300 plus drumming live stream practice sessions, and then some of the scripted lessons like this one that comes out tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that. So lots of content to come in the future. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. It looks like we got ourselves a follow on the Twitch. Thank you. But we are going to get ready for some Horizon Forbidden West. So I'm going to tear this thing down, and probably in about 15 or 20 minutes or so, it'll take me to, rearrange this whole setup. And then we're going to play some Horizon Forbidden West. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoy this content, just share it with somebody else. It's free. I want people to, get better as a drummer and enjoy making music. So if you enjoy it, share it with somebody else. But I'm going to call it here. My phone alarm is going off, so I'm going to go turn that off so I don't get a copyright for Final Fantasy music. But anyways, thank you all. Goodbye.